And in the passing lane is Morgan again. Morgan saving the day, puts it up, got it! Wooster, pump fake, then drive. Out comes to Williams, puts it up, got it! On the shot clock, deep left corner, 3, Gary. Got it! Throws it out now to Hoiberg, who shoots the 3. Bang! Gelt puts it up, got it! Bang! Hooray! Hesitation move, drives the ball. Shot blocked by Gary, into the hands of Hoiberg. What an afternoon of Husker basketball on Alumni Weekend. Nebraska knocks off 15th-ranked UCLA, posts its 20th straight home floor victory, 66-58.
Those are the Hy-Vee sounds of the game as we welcome you back into another episode of the Nebraska Basketball Show alongside the head coach Fred Hoiberg. I'm Jessica Coody. Coach, you go 1-1 over the last week with a win over the number 15 ranked team in the country, and then your first overtime game, a loss at Iowa. What were the big learning points over the last week?
Yeah, great overall gritty performance, I thought, by our guys against UCLA, a tough team. They can really guard a top 5 defensive team in the country, and that's what it turned into. It turned into a rock fight. And I was really proud of our guys. Offense wasn't going great, but we kept defending, and that's what ended up winning us the game. We shortened it by taking some time and milking it, and found a way to get it. Iowa, we did a lot of good things when you built up a 15-point lead on the road, but a lot of learning lessons from that one. You got to find a way to keep your foot in the gas. We let a couple guys get hot on us in the second half, and really for the first time, I thought we let our lack of finishing possessions on the offensive end affect our defense. But, solid week, 1-1, and a lot of things we need to continue to get better at.
All right, coming up, we're going to take a look back at the highlights from the win over UCLA. Keep it here on the Nebraska Basketball Show. Welcome back to the Nebraska Basketball Show. Let's take a look back at the game against UCLA. Bruins come in ranked number 15 in the country, and this was a matchup of 2 of the top defensive teams in the Big Ten Conference. You knew points were going to be hard to come by. Yeah,
and that's exactly what it turned into. Great play by Braxton right there. After a little bit of a sluggish start, we finally hit a shot right before the first media timeout here by Bryce on a good simple play by Raleigh. But they do as good a job protecting paint as anybody in the country. But I thought our guys did a good job attacking and getting to the free throw line 29 times, where we made 25. So, good job by our guys finding a way to manufacture some points.
So UCLA opens up with a 7-0 run, then you guys are going to go on a 15-0 run. What allowed for that run to happen here in the first half?
Yeah, we did a good job getting stops. Sam with a really good steal right there, and then I believe this leads to a Burke 3, good spacing, getting to that deep corner and knocking down that shot. So, after a little bit of a slow start, it was good to see us get it going. And then they went on a run of their own. We knew that was going to happen. It was going to be a game of runs. And, I thought our guys, stayed poised even when UCLA went on their run.
How much did they take pride in, hey, we want to match up defensively against one of the best teams defensively in the country?
Well, I think our guys do a pretty good job every game of taking pride on that end of the floor. It's really it's got to be our constant. There's games where it's not real pretty on the offensive end, this game included. But, for our guys to go out, I think Bryce and Connor were combined 2 for 16, and we end up winning a game. And, probably doesn't happen last year if some of our top offensive players have a tough shooting night, but our guys just kept grinding on the other end, and that's what allowed us to pull away in the second half.
It's 24-24 at half, and then, like you said, you guys really got going here inside and it started to pull away here to start the second half.
Yeah, really good response coming out of the locker room. We talked about the importance in the second half of throwing the first punch. And, good job by our guys building the lead, got it up to double figures, and then, made enough free throws down the stretch to hold them off.
So 25 of 29 from the foul line, including 21 of 25 in the second half. Was that an emphasis to get to the free throw line?
Well, they're very physical. So if we were strong with the ball, first half I think we had 9 turnovers, second half only 4, and that allowed us, by being stronger with the ball, to get into the bonus pretty quickly. A great steal by Andrew right there, running through the pass, and again, finding a way to manufacture points when it's hard to come by in the half court.
He had a 5-point swing there. That was a big lift for you guys.
Yeah, he was really good. I thought our bench gave us great minutes in this game. Saw Sam steal earlier, and he has a big one late for us as well. I honestly thought that was Sam's, from start to finish, maybe best game in a Husker uniform, and Andrew Morgan, same thing. So, just good overall team win. I thought everybody that stepped on the floor made a contribution.
This is another game, too, where you guys, were able to take advantage of some turnovers. You had, 10 steals and converted that into 17 points on the other end.
Yeah, and we actually scored more off turnovers than they did, and that's hard to do against UCLA. They really, as you see right there, swarm the ball. Good play by Aaron, in spacing by Sam to hit the 3. But that's what they do. They cause turnovers, they force them, And for us to score more points off turnovers than them, that was a huge key to the win.
They're still there. Great to see Aaron Eulis back out there for you guys.
Yeah, it's good. He's still working his way back into it. I believe he played 9 minutes, but gave us some good, solid plays out there, and another veteran presence that can give us some leadership.
What a physical play inside. Andrew Morgan just was not going to back down.
Yeah, that was huge. A good play. Sam coming to 2 feet and the jump stop, and then finding Andrew, being patient with it, and then taking advantage, getting the and one, and really good spacing there by Jawan in the corner. He had some big shots for us in this game as well.
So 10-point lead, double-figure lead, another defense, another steal there, but UCLA will not go away here at the end.
Yeah, and they're relentless. They keep coming. They've already won on the road in our league with the game at Oregon, so we knew they'd come in ready. And again, the physicality, the toughness they play with. This is a really good basketball team, and a great block by Jawan. Pretty much seal the deal right there.
So 20th straight win at home that matches a program record and is among some of the nation's longest home streaks at home, 66-58 the final. But you had mentioned it, Sam down the stretch was really big for you guys.
Yeah, and again, Jawan's block, Jawan's steal there to finish it off. Yeah, just again, the defense that we had, it was fun to see us finish that game off with a couple of really good defensive plays.
Held UCLA, here's another one of those stats, held UCLA to the lowest point total of the season. That seems to happen week in and week out for you guys.
Yeah, and again, we had to do it because of our struggles on the offensive end in that game. So proud of the guys finding a way to win when it wasn't going well on the other end of the floor.
4 players in double figures, led by Bryce Williams once again with 16. All right, we're going to step aside for a break here on the Nebraska Basketball Show. Coming up next, we're taking a look at the overtime loss at Iowa. Keep it here. Welcome back to the Nebraska Basketball Show. That was a look at the Inside the Numbers presented by Eide Bailey. All right, following the win over UCLA, the Huskers hit the road at Iowa. And Coach, you wanted to see how your team was going to respond off that big win over UCLA.
Yeah, actually a very similar scenario to what happened a year ago. We beat Purdue in that very emotional game, and then our next game was at Iowa, and we did not respond well and dug ourselves a big hole. Found a way to come back, but we just ran out of steam in that game. This one I thought we came out with pretty good juice right from the beginning. We really guarded Iowa. It's the second best offense in the country as far as points per game. And that first half, we were really on point after, allowing them to hit a couple shots early. But we kept at it, kept going, and got ourselves a nice lead at halftime and really built that up. And a lot of it was with our defense.
Nice pass there, feed inside to Braxamia from Sam Hoiberg. And 3 here by Connor Asijan. But you had mentioned it, a couple of games where maybe he didn't shoot it as well, but you still find ways to get some things going offensively. Yeah,
that was a great lob to Braxton. We got to do a better job. Good spacing. We talked about Braxton having his heels on the baseline, getting opposite the ball, to try to get some more of those opportunities. We really found a formula that was working for us on the offense with Raleigh kind of on a back down. Had a good matchup right there. Great simple play by Sam, not over penetrating, and getting Andrew a rhythm shot. So, again, good play right here on the defensive end. And when we guard, Jessica, we're pretty darn good. And that's what happened in this first half and for the first about 7 minutes of the second.
Here's a fast break opportunity. You had mentioned Raleigh. It seemed like you guys recognized early that was a matchup you could take advantage of.
It was, yeah. I thought we missed a couple of them. Great cut right here, using Iowa's pressure against them to get the back cut layup. But we did a good job for the most part, but again, you got to find it when you got the hot hand, when something's working. You got to keep going, to that same thing. Good patience right there by Raleigh in transition. And again, I thought right here, BK gets a 3-point play. We were on point, and we get in transition because we were getting stops. And then when they got hot, we're taking the ball to the net. We weren't nearly as effective.
So you're able to open up a 15-point lead here late in this one. Here is Bryce. He had another big game for you, but a good feed inside to Braxton. You're talking about getting him involved.
Yeah, another good circle under there by Braxton on Bryce's drive on the post up right there. And he's gotten a few of those more lately. Great poise in the pocket by Braxton right there. The pocket pass to the extra pass. And, did a good job with that. And this is where we get that lead up. feeling pretty good, but unfortunately we let them get going and had a tough time shutting them off.
Okay, so you hold Iowa to 31 points in the first half, and they had a hard time scoring, but then they're able to get it going. What allowed for them to get going, I guess, in the second half?
Well, first of all, they're a really good offensive team. It's what they do. They're one of the best in the country, and when guys get it going, when they get rhythm shots, I thought Bryce had a really tough call, and not a lot of contact on a 3-point field goal attempt, which got Sanford 3 free throws, and that's gets them going sometimes. So there's some things happen that were out of our control, but there's nothing you can do about that. It had nothing to do with effort. I thought our guys played hard. We just lost our poise a little bit in the second half when things started going in the wrong direction.
So 5-point game here, and again, you mentioned as good as you guys shot free throws the game before against UCLA, not as good from the free throw line. Why was that here in this one?
It's a great question. It's one of those things that was disappointing possession there. We got just outworked on the glass. Short shot clock here. I guess to answer your question, Jessica, sometimes with free throws, if you hit them early, it's just contagious. And when you start missing them like we did, unfortunately it goes the other way. And, again, it's one of those things that, as painful as that loss was, you make a couple free throws, we win that darn game. And, got to learn from it. And, you just got to keep grinding, bounce back, and try to get better because of what happened.
12 of 22 from the free throw line, but here is Raleigh inside and a battle inside Jawan Gary. And again, it seemed like your guys were not going to quit, and it just is a battle here down the stretch.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. We lost him twice on those plays. You can't turn your back on somebody when he gets as hot as he was. And the thing about it, we had some solid execution to finish this thing to get back. Bryce hitting the big 3 right here to send it to overtime, and then unfortunately we just got too rushed, and they threw the first punch in overtime and just could never recover from it.
Just so much composure and confidence in Bryce Williams to knock down those 2 big 3s there at the end.
Yeah, obviously he's the guy we're going to. We're putting the ball in his hands and letting him go make plays, with especially with Casey off the roster this year.
So headed to overtime, tied at 76, and Iowa was able to jump out early on you guys here in overtime.
Yeah, and again, we got a little rush, and it was a big key going into this game. If they get on a little bit of a run, you got to come down and run your offense. And I thought we came down and kind of let them off the hook by going out and either shooting without a pass or shooting on one pass. And if you keep moving against Iowa, I thought we had some good looks. 97-87 the final in overtime. How much do you learn, though, from your first time being in overtime in that kind of situation? A lot. And, I give our guys credit. We've had tight games, but we pulled away. And this was really the first one where you had to execute down the stretch coming back. And after, we had a little deficit at the end of regulation, we found a way to get those points. In overtime, obviously, we really struggled.
All right, we got to step aside for a break. Coming up next, it's time for this week's Cornhusker Conversation. I sit down with Connor Essegian. Keep it here.